Hi, goddess. How are you doing today? It is Monday. Monday. This one seems to be doing that more. I like that one better. And this one, oh, it's the same thing without all the stuff on it. Oh, this one's good. Hey there. My name is Bear. I'm barely watercoloring. Turn the music down a little more. How are you doing today? Ah, coffee. Coffee makes me so happy. If I ever can't drink coffee anymore, it's just end me. Let me scoot that over here so it's in a safer place. That way I don't drink my so I don't drink my watercolor water by accident. So here in a bit we'll be picking up on what I was working on last week. I was working on this little Xanth fantasy scene. So I may continue more on this. But in addition to this, I have some other stuff to show off. Scoot this back here for a minute and then kick to the side. Um, a week or two ago, I was experimenting. I had a thought, let me do some of my mineral paper paintings really quick and then record it and then do like a fast forward time lapse kind of deal and post just that. And it did pretty well on Instagram with very little editing. So I imagine a more finely tuned, more edited, pretty, like eye grabbing version would be really good for the future. I just wanted to see what that would look like. But what I did was four at once. So I did this guy. These are kind of flimsy, so I have to hold it properly. This one has some nice greens in it. This one also, some more nice greens. This one I didn't like as much, but it came out okay. It's got some reds in it. The colors kind of blended in a weird kind of brown way over there. And then the red stuff wasn't very bright. It was very faint, so yeah. And this one was kind of good. I actually like how this one came out. Right? So that one came out pretty cool. Like that one. So yeah, in the future, and these are my 9x12, 9x12, I think. And I've got an 11x14 size of mineral paper as well. So in the future, when I do one, I'll probably do the big piece of paper and I'll just take my time and do like really pretty one and then just get it done quick, right? These I did four at once. So I thought, what the hell? I'll just do a bunch. Yeah, that's cute. I don't know. I kind of like it. I really do like this one the most between them. So those exist. Let me scoot these out of the way. Um, aside from that, what else is new? Oh, I got an attachment for my desk. We went to IKEA the other day and I got the like the Alex, it's called Alex, the drawer system. So I've got more storage at my desk now. Instead of being just a table, it's turning more into a desk. So I'm growing up. I'm a big boy now. So I've got far more room to store stuff and I was able to offload and not need the like three-tiered cart that I've been using that's been hard to reach. Everything's a little bit closer to me now so I can get to things. What else? Oh, we'll go into that in a minute. Um, I Had got this bulk 5x7 watercolor paper the other day, because I've got a kind of a project that I'm working on, at least working out, and I wanted some test paper to experiment with. So this is 150 count cold press 5x7 watercolor paper, but it's a slightly lighter paper, 230 GM or GSM, whatever you want to call it. So I think it's 90 pound, or I don't know, somewhere in there. So it's thinner. Because my purpose was to want to try printing on this, because I want to see how it is if I print directly on the paper instead of using a light box to manually trace everything every time, because I wanted to try printing out things that you're going to paint directly on the watercolor paper. So let me zoom. And it's like easier. So this is the same as the one that we're going to be working on today. Well, similar. It's a previous iteration. So I thought that one would be cute to have one that is ready-made to paint. Some of them are just not great. They're just samples to experiment. I tried having ChatGPT create like a Tokyo skyline from the top of the sky tree. Clearly, some of this does not exist. I don't think there is a waterway that big in Tokyo, but we're going to go with it because it's interesting looking. I did a like a cherry blossom kind of Japanese garden kind of thing. Shrine in the city. Some Star Trek-y kind of stuff. A little Voyager. I can fill him in. I had ChatGPT try to randomly create a Star Trek styled starship in its style, and this is what it came up with. It's a thing. If anyone had seen a couple weeks ago, the little rocket ship scene that I painted, this is a version of that, just with a lot of extra stars. A few weeks back before that, myself and my other half I painted, he markered this version of Link. So I've got a small version of him on here. And then somewhere between there, I painted my character, my bear Star Trek painter character. And I had 3 different versions, and this is the 3 of them. This was the, I think, first one that it made. No. Yes, this is the first one that it made, which is cute, but it was like, what is he painting? The console? So it didn't make sense. This was the next one that it did. I liked it, but I didn't like the ship in the corner. It was just a blob. So I was like, hey, can you make a version that actually has a ship that looks like a ship in the corner? And that's where it made the one that I actually did. But the saucy eyes. He's like, yeah, I'm a bird. And I like to paint. Anyway, yeah. So I've got small versions of these guys. But yeah, the little Star Trek ship ones were one of my favorites. I am a geek and I'm a Trekkie. So being able to create any kind of Star Trek ships that I don't have to trace myself manually and I can just go in and do the work of painting is kind of like a happy place for me. And I've not done for a while because it takes more time. Because I have to really, really focus at trying to do all of the colors and the lines and the shadows and everything as exactly as I can to make it look like a ship. And that's hard to do on a stream because it takes time. And a slow stream where it's just me plodding along on a very tiny piece of something, it slows it down so much that I get tired. So I don't often do those on stream. I don't think I have. I think I just did Voyager and the Delta Flyer, and I did those off stream before I started streaming, actually. So at some point, I'll do some of these on stream. These might be easy. The LCAR's little computer display, those are just top down. I don't have to worry about 3 dimensions. So that might be a useful one for me to try to start with. So we'll see. Donna said, I found my energy level for watercolor painting is about 2 hours at a time. Yeah, see, that's why I yammer here, and then I get tired around 2.5 hours in streaming because I have about the same stamina. Like I can only handle doing anything for only so long. I wasn't even good at like when I was streaming a long time ago and I was gaming, and the couple times I've done it here, I can only do that for a couple hours. I can't just keep doing it unless I'm playing something mindless and not talking. If I don't have to talk, then I can just game until I'm tired, and that lasts a little longer. But then it depends on the game too. Some games really just take the energy out of me. Um, but one thing interesting that you'll appreciate, I think, Goddess, is me considering why I'm doing these, right? There's a reason. It's not just to be lazy. My idea is very early on in the thought process, but I'm thinking about starting selling stuff. And I want to think about maybe making some kind of watercoloring kits. I think I'd like to have like maybe a kit where it can be 3 to 5 images already printed on paper. So you can like a varying difficulties, right? So you could buy a kit that's for beginners, for children, and this got big, bold lines like this and very simplistic, right? And this can be, it's small, right? It's not as forbidding as doing something this size. A starter like this would be silly. So having varying degrees of difficulty and levels based on skill level or your desire, right? Starting with 5x7, I think made sense, and it was affordable to get so I can practice. And we can try painting on some of these sometime. Yeah, so starting with these, getting a few 3 to 5 somewhere in there of the pre-done ones in a theme that fits for that kit. And I want to offer one watercolor brush that makes sense for the painting that you're doing. That's included with it. And I want to choose from like my colors, but preferably I'll get a separate set for just this purpose that has all of the primary, secondary, some of the tertiary, and some of the specialty colors from a particular set, like a brand that I'll represent. And I'll make some like watercolor dots or cards, or like a very small palette that has a lot of room to mix in, but just enough paint to be able to get through all of the kit plus a little extra. So you've got room to explore on your own. And along with the printed cards, I wanted to add a few blank ones. So they can make their own swatch. They can do their own little mini paintings with the paint they have left without painting in the lines. Just to give them a little bit of everything, right? So the cards, the watercolor sheets, one brush, a mini palette with 3 to 6 to however many, even more colors in it. And then as you increase in difficulty, you get far more capable sets. In addition to that, I thought maybe make each set so that it's adjustable. That might be reaching, but make each set adjustable so people can choose to upgrade or upsell themselves on different materials. So they can choose to get the same set, but on a higher quality paper. Like I'll print it on arches or something if I can at that point. I can't right now because it's got to be thinner paper, but in the future, I can try offering higher quality paper. I can offer higher quality brushes. I can offer brush sets so you can get a whole collection. I can offer full palettes with a high quantity of paint and a high quantity of colors, things like that, right? But I need to do way more to prepare for it. So getting these is, for me, step one. And then getting all of the other materials to source, that's another step. Getting business license, all the paperwork that I have to do, making a website for sales, probably through Shopify or something. And then figuring out extras, the premium bits, right? Making like tutorial videos or something like that. I am not really a teacher. I've been a tutor before for math, but not for anything like legitimate. And I can teach coworkers when we're training on like what I do, right? But that's different. So making educational things when I'm still learning myself seems kind of silly. So that's why I'm kind of standoffish about really going full speed on this. So this is something you'll see me. I'll probably be practicing with this kind of stuff in the future. And if you see random ones of these show up, that's because they're probably going to be in a set at some point. So that being said, let me move these to the side. The other thing that I was going to work on today is also in the title, business cards. You, Goddess, actually gave me the idea that I need to have something on me to represent myself. And every time I see you showing your crochet work, you usually tend to show that you've got room to put a card or something you can give away to someone that's got your name and your information on it, right? So I made a variety of different samples, right? My end goal is something different than this, which we're going to look at here in a minute. But I have my Instagram QR code, and then just a simple thing with my name and my Instagram handle, and like a faded version of one of my paintings printed on it in the back. So that was just one simple one, just a test to see how it works. And this is printed on marker paper, so it's thinner, right? The other version that I worked on is this. I couldn't print on any of the watercolor paper that I've got because it was all too thick, except for the 5x7. Everything else tried to jam in the printer, so I just stopped so I wouldn't break it. But the 5x7, I was able to make 6 business card, not true business card size or shape, but close enough. So I did the same idea as the other one, where I pre-printed one of my paintings on the back, faded, with my name. Instead of being angled, it's just aligned properly. And on the other side, it's got the QR code, but taking up the whole thing. And it's a custom made QR code instead of the Instagram branded one. So that one was kind of cute. I liked that one, and it works too, right? But the real thing I wanted to do was paint on it myself. It is watercolor paper. And how much more unique would it be if I gave people miniature paintings of my work? Even if it's simple, it's still stuff that I put to paper, right? So that is where these come in. The second part of today is going to be this. It's the same as the ones we just looked at. It's got that full QR code on the back, right? And the 6 count. But on this side, it's got my name and my handle on it, right? So the goal here is I want to tape just maybe the border, if I can. I might not. But I really wanted to tape over the name information, even if it's slightly off kilter, right? Just to show that it's more of a manual thing. And then once all of it has been taped and held down, or however I'm going to do it, I do like just a freestyle, quick abstract over the whole surface, let it dry, and then peel back the tape, make sure they lay flat, and then cut them to size. And then they'd be unique business cards. So I can just do a couple of these on my clipboard and just paint a few and just do random stuff. Some can be stars, some can be whatever I want it to be. So we'll experiment with this when we get to it. So that's today. Let me scoot these. These are some of the other ones that didn't quite work out. This 5x7 paper has a textured side and a non-textured side. So I printed them kind of, well, the way you would think that you would, right? I'm printing this on a color laser printer. So this side is the textured side, and it does not work for printing on a laser printer. You can see the texture, but because of the texture and the fact that it's a laser printer, it doesn't bond with the paper right? This is the exact same printout, but done on the smooth side, the other side of this, right? And it comes out far more cleanly because the other side is smooth. So if I were to print it again with the image already on it, I would print it in reverse like I did this set. Because this side is smooth. This would make more sense to be on on the textured side because it doesn't harm how it comes out. It's still scannable and looks good. So these are just to the side. I probably will never use these. They're just kind of examples because I don't like how they look. Yeah, that one looks somehow even worse. So, all right, enough jibber jabber. Let me scoot this over here. And how do I sound? I'm trying something new with my microphone. I have it upside down and higher up so that I'm not running into it down here anymore, which makes me happy. And it seems fine to me. I don't have myself very loud, so I'm not like blasting. I think it seems fine. It feels like it. Good. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Okay. So let me put all the side stuff away. Business card things can go to the side. In fact, I can probably put them in the drawers. That's why I have drawers now, to store things. So let me put some of those up. Oh, and another thing I had, put that here for now. In addition to the templates, I also printed these, which are some of the other ChatGPT versions of my Bear Starfleet Officer. And same problem, right? I printed it on the textured side of the paper. If I printed it on the flat side, it would have come out better. But still, they came out enough to where you can see what they look like. They're super cute. Super cute, right? Love how they came out. This one over here is kind of my favorite. This one looks really awesome too, because it's more unique, right? Like a brand new uniform style we've not really seen. I guess in a way, it's got like a painting smock on it, but it's like really dark, which doesn't make sense. This one make more sense because it's more of like a canvasy kind of texture with paint on it. But it looks more like the uniform that you would expect to see from like Star Trek Voyager. And the first couple seasons of Deep Space Nine was got the black uniform with the color on the shoulders. This one does too. It's hard to tell, but it's the same situation where it's got the color on top right there. It's a black uniform, and then it's got this like colorful smock and like a, I don't know what that is, like a tricorder bag or something. I don't know why it made that, but yeah, they're cute. I would reprint these again, but on the smooth side so they look cleaner. All right. Jibber jabber, jibber jabber. All right. This guy. I'm not 1,000,000% in love with it. It's okay. It's cute-ish, but it's not, real super cute. Let me switch to my zoomed in full screen. Oh, and maybe I zoom back out again because then it will actually look like it should. There's our temper this year. Sat on the floor just for fun. We don't live here anymore. We thought in old house on the 10th floor. To figure out an orientation that makes this work. I can go much longer crocheting than I can painting, but crochet is kind of zen. You don't have to think about it, but concentrate as much as you do with painting. No, I get that. For me, it depends on, for painting, it depends on what I'm painting, right? If I can get away with painting something abstract and slow, I can paint that for a while. When I have to do the really strong thinky bits, I get tired. I wear myself out just thinking. I think I mentioned it last time. I also have a new mat. The old mat that I had was a light gray color, and it had those little wells for paint that I never used that were just taking up space. So I got a newer, smaller mat. So my real estate is a little bit different. It's more and less at the same time. Only slightly less. The actual surface area of this mat is similar in depth to the old one where I could actually use it, but it's a little bit narrower. But that's a good thing because I have room on the sides now, which I didn't have before. And I've got a new brush holder over here. It's hard to see. Actually, you can't see it on this view at all, but yeah, here. And my paint is now all over here. My tubed paint, that is. Yeah. All right. What are we doing today? Well, I already knew and wanted at some point to update the texture of the ground and everything and darken it a bit. But I don't know if I want to do that part today. I think I just want to kind of fill in all the living creatures that I didn't touch on last week. I don't think I'll have the energy to do that and darken the ground. So I may just leave the ground light, or I'll darken it in the future and just add some more texture to it. But yeah, I think I'll paint all the dudes and the centaur dude who's hanging out. And then when I get tired of this, we'll move on to the business card process. So let's grab a brush. In my typical fashion, I'm going to use my size 6 round to start because it's like the best size to do pretty much any of this. I do have to do the hand thing to make it focus. There we go. Yeah. How is this going to work? I've got my paint here and you can see it. I can put this here, my rinse thing, and my fresh water I can move up here so I've got more room. That'll work. Yeah, right. I snagged some coffee because I have been yakking for like 30 minutes, it feels like. All right. So what am I going to do? So I don't run my hand over the top of it. I'm probably going to start with this moat monster and work my way down. I think that makes the most sense. We don't need to see the water. Yeah. I mean, it's there. You know this is water. I did darken the water a little bit, but I don't want to make it so dark that it covers up stuff. I'll clearly go back over this in the future and darken up areas that need it. Because otherwise it's going to look like one-dimensional, which it basically is, but... Okay. Moat monster. Well, he's got to be greenish, because, I mean, most moat monsters that I know of are greenish color. But maybe we'll go different. How about we look at the green gold? Green gold is always such a pretty color. Maybe I'll put it over here with this green. And have like a mixture of those two. And then clean up this middle section here to use. Okay. And get some of the green gold by itself and just put a little bit right there. Okay. And maybe I'll make his belly the green gold. I love how green gold does just like the name implies. When it's thick, it's green. When it's light, it turns a gold color. Goldish kind of color. All right. Let's do a little bit right there. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do for his face. Maybe I'll start with a light green and then I'll darken spots. That makes sense. Excuse me. Mhm. All right. I'll come back to him in a minute once this dries so we can darken up spots. Okay. My 2 cents for the future, the closer up view on the painting and farther view on the palette. I want to see the painting bit as first priority, which doesn't matter so much when viewing on a computer, but sometimes I have to watch on a phone and then it's just small. Oh, I get you. Oh, I like the idea of doing this where it's full screen, right? And when needed, oops, wrong button. I can zoom in like that. And that way, it's about as full as I can get it and still be in the horizontal resolution, which is basically the same as what we were before, but without being cut. That's better. You like that? Okay. We'll go here. All right. Um, what's next? I can work on the people or the plant. I think maybe let's do the people because they're the most difficult, and then I can branch out around the edges. Okay, so first up, we need a skin tone. I don't have many. I'll have to make my own, which sounds easier than it is. It's a little bit too yellow. Somewhere far away from here. I feel fine enough, I guess. Considering everything's in this. At a restaurant down the street. Where hungry people like to eat. And could often I'll just drive. It's cold and it looks outside. I need to try this on paper.
Intruder alert on deck 8.
Hey, Artful Turkey. Thank you for the raid. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Didn't want to do that in your ear. Oh, God. We came for the watercoloring and we're staying for the singing. Please don't. Oh, my singing is for me only, and when everybody else hears it, it just goes downhill. I promise. I'll do my best, though. Because I'm sitting here singing with the most quiet DNL ever. Hey, you can hear it. Oh, good. I'll crank it up a tiny bit. Everyone, look how clean his palette is. Oh, shut up. Oh, right, scratch paper. Sleep away to you. It's like a dress. Trying to figure out what all this is for. Hinge me, 'cause I'm still asleep. Things gonna tell me that I'm still not asleep. That's not bad. Pack a car and leave this town. Notice that I'm not around. I could hide out under there. That just means you say underwear. Could leave, but I'll just stay. Climb my steps here anyway. I'm going for it. Oh, got it. His arm's exposed. But this is not. This is not. This is shirt. Okay. Okay. Then I guess the question is he wearing very tight pants or is he wearing a skirt? No. Well, this looks like it could be the top of shoes. I think I might give him his dignity. Uh, yes, you do see some Centaur perioethers. He is intact, as they say. Bang. Never met Bob Burke, I see? No. Never spay or neuter your centaurs. I think I'm gonna have them have some leg showing. These guys are out here in the forest. Or the wilderness in this case. So watch out for leeches and ticks, people. I'm with the pig. I'm starting with the pig. And that little guy right there. You just prefer everything about the belt be skin? Imagine the flies, though. They must have been hiking for a while. Yeah, right? These are truly like skorts. That's what I'm going with. all about value. First the flavors. It's not weird. I have a bit to think about it when you met. Kind hard was smiled, I feel bad. I'm the kind of the last bit of care roll cans. We need soon to turn the light on the sleep. And the history of losing my shirt. Whoa. Man. I always love live versions of these. They always find a way to change it up. Yeah, the drumstick and the green starts ticking. Watching next falls from the lights up. We're down the maze up. But this looking into this one. That's fine. The fidgeted of a samurai. Fly out the backswing. Boom and a bivex to make me do the wrong thing. Trying hard as a spawn, I feel bad. Can't understand we need you soon will. Whoa. I'm shining. And got the lurk up. Gonna start prepping dinner. We'll check back later on those milky pies. Thank you, Artful Turkey. Appreciate you being here. And again, thank you so much for the raid and anyone who's hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'm not always very talkative when I get deep into painting something. I'll just kind of zone out. So sorry if I go super quiet for a minute. I'll try to hang out and pay attention. I've had $1,000,000. I'd buy you a house. And if I had $1,000,000, furniture for your house. And if I had $1,000,000, I'd buy you a good car and nice reliant automobile. I'd buy your love. If I had $1,000,000, if I had $1,000,000, if I had $1,000,000. Freaking stuff. Really, foods they got for us as little pre-wrapped sausages and things. Yeah, I have pre-wrapped bacon. Can I blame them? Yeah. But not a real fur coat, that's cruel. My darling's in a pet. Yep, like a llama or an emu. If I had $1,000,000, Move on them crazy elephant bones. I tie your love. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, we would eat craft dinner. Buy really expensive ketchups with it. That's right, all the fanciest Dijon ketchup. If I had $1 million, I'd buy you a green dress, but not a real green dress. That's cruel. If I had $1 million, like a castle or a garfunkel, like buying you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, $1 million, I'd be rich. Yippee. Excuse me. I've never painted a horse before, so this is different for me. What is this song? I don't think I've heard this version or this song before. Crazy. Well, I mean, that's true. It is a centaur. Oh, you know what? Let me give him some slight color above this little belt line, showing like the transition, right? Okay. So, yeah, that went a particular way. That's fine. Oh yeah, he needs hair, doesn't he? Huh. Whoops. It's all an experiment. Oh yeah, he's a guy, a centaur guy. Yeah, one more cup of tea, then you must make foods. Understood. We're going to be heading toward food here in another hour and change ourselves. Desert Dragon Lover, welcome in. Official hive, been around for a while, but time slip between relaxed and checking up on older dog that doesn't feel good. Oh, I hope Puppers feels better soon. We gotta take care of our puppers. What shall I do for this guy? Thinking go kind of blonde. At least blonde to start. everything in my life. I have saved everything else for you. I could not for. Oh yeah, tells me that I've gone it over is through and through. In a book, in a box, I upon a shelf, in a mountain garden vault, are the things I keep only for myself. It's perfect, but it's not your fault. Ugh, fog my throat. So is I'm to care. If I hide myself wherever I go, will I ever you? We haven't done any blue yet. I was running out the beach, but I'll just be right here. And enigma wrapped in a man's judgment, or a full confused God. I'll consume by the rain. But then freeze and screams, and I know there's a reason not to kill. I hide myself, and I don't, and I let be. Outside, you will do. Not forget if you can forget. He went on a trip with me, and I know that I probably stressed him out to the point that digesting this food wasn't as easy. So I'm just hoping he perks up, keeping him comfy, damp. Water is his favorite, and providing all the water he can drink. Oh, I totally hope he feels better. Okay, Kersham, thank you so very much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. You have an absolutely pleasant evening, and enjoy your food and your tea if you didn't already finish it. I'm going to work on finishing this part up, and then I'm going to move on to my little business cards and we're going to work on. Let's see. So I think. I will build a fountain, drinking never grows. And I'll market an elixir that will eliminate the common cold. Find your sickness on my list. Be upfront and make a wish. One day I will work with animals, all the tests I'm gonna do. All of my stuff's completely natural, and no return bone down for glue that we can use to read here. Your lips to mine if you were here. There's a lot I would never do. So fantastic, I know it's true. But not as much as I want to be with you. But there's a way to learn more, so I built a new machine. It just measures up the distance and then illuminates the folks between. One day it all comes round to sunlight, and I'll name it after you. As you were the greatest friend of all, except for when you split my lip in two. I see the look of on your face as I launch you into space. There's a lot I would never do. So fantastic, I know it's true. But not as much as I want to be with you. All by self-respect. I haven't had much of it since you left. I was out on the best. I love you. Someday I will find the secret to your social chemistry. And I'll print it on a t-shirt, and it'll make you wanna be with me. And if I wear it past your work, you'll see other guys are jerks. Much like pheromones for flies, I will not avoid my eyes. There's a lot I would never do. So fantastic, I know it's true. And not as much as I want to be with you. I self-respect. And haven't had much of it since you left. I feel it in its town when best I you. Woof. What have I seen? Nice biz cars and oh yep. Tea is empty. Oh no. Has to get more tea. Business cards. I really liked your printed scenes on 90-weight watercolor paper. Yeah? They came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Now I just have to paint on those. I'll do that later, at a later time. What color have I not used for the dude? What goes with green? Brown? Yeah, brown. Not really with brown. I have to like mix my own. I should get some sort of brown paint. Like a burnt umber or something, right? Yeah, I know I shouldn't have added black to that. It just makes it kind of muddy. It's fine. Whoops. A wood color, huh? Well, you know, I could do like a gray wood color. Yoink. Yoink. Can't even see it. There you go. It's funny, I want to rush through this and get to the business card bits because that's the abstract part that I want to do. We'll do that in a minute. All right. Oh, we got to do Kid A. The Kitta, which is honestly make a gray cat. Those are always cute. I always like gray cats. I mean, all cats are cute. And kitty cat has to have wings. So Again, go like a pink pillar. Nice for the top part right there. Let me transition to like a purplish. And then end with a little bit of blue. That didn't show up at all. All right, let's get some random ass flowers done and get out of here. All right, so let's hit the areas that need some yellow. Oh, that one way too thick. Get out of here. Yeah. Has our own leaves. I didn't quite get. That's like a fruit. Okay. Let's figure out what we're gonna do next. Let's hit ourselves a reddish color. Let's make this guy some kind of red fruit that grows on a stalk on a plant instead of growing from a tree, because why not? Our fantasy world. And it's beautiful. I come to the sound of your voice. How I miss waking up to the sound of your voice. People get nerves when you with the sound of your voice. I miss waking up to the sound of your voice. Take it from me, it's not much to sleep. It is gone a while. There's a power, some chances. I will rejoice and wake up to the sound of your voice. How I miss waking up to the sound. Sound. Waking up to the sound of your voice. Look straight in the window. Try not to look beyond. Pretend I'm not up here. I try counting sheep. The sheep seem to shower off this office tower. It's not pointed straight down. And stop my knees. What from this building, Berlin and small. If I should try, would you catch me if I may fall? My hands cleanse the squeegee. Secular rosary. Hang on to your walnut. Hang on to your wings. I can't look below me. Something will throw me. A curse at the windstorm that October brings. Through the boardroom, modern pharaoh's tomb. Gladly swapped places. They carry a tithe. They're lined up at the window, trying to come into limbo. Frightened of jumping, in case they survive. Wish I could step from the scaffold onto soft green pastures, chopping laws and that my family and my pastory, my grandfather, who's dead. Watch it come clear and look like a painter behind all the griefs. Paintings creating, and I'm just erasing a crystal clear canvas is my masterpiece. Wish I could fly as building from endless mind. And if I should try to catch me, I found any thought. This building from endless mind. If I fall, when I fall, when I fall, when I fall, when I what's so maybe about Katie? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about Katie? What's the use in hesitating? Can't you see that Katie's waiting? Just because her youth is fading doesn't mean she's not worth dating. What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about? Katie? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about getting? Don't know what the fuss is all about. Just take it slow. It's not like we can move it down and to and fro. It's not worth it. What's so maybe about carrying? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about carrying? With our arms wide open, she's everything that you've been hoping for. And stop moping, and you're just not coping. Everything when you're swimming you felt for life. I don't know them anymore, I know their names. And you don't know them. What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about? Katie? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about? Katie? What's so maybe about? What's so maybe about? Katie? What's so maybe about? Katie? On Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3, Mississippi 4. Rewind. Careless, free Mississippi 4. Years and a day. Would want it any other way. Years and a day. Was no way. Would have it any other way. All right. I have enough of it. I've had enough of this, is what I'm trying to say. I'll come back to it some other time to do some depth on the land and all that, but otherwise, stopping. Stopping that for now. This. Let's look at this. Do something I want to do. Let me grab my clipboard. I can do this. I'm hitting everything. Here we go. All right. Huh. I think I'll do 2 at a time. Yeah. Uh-oh. Um, And at that night at the palace, there's always nothing else to do. Whoa, the same drinks and the same music, the same quicksand. I think this harbor town is waist deep and sinking fast. Hallucinating, you found an enemy in me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hallucinating, hallucinating. Not the warehouse. And my mock turtleneck just reeks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. From this road to the change room to the dimmed glow at the hotel room. I think the seaside bear hollow is sinking to the bay. Hello, city. You found an enemy in me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoops. Well, that didn't work. Hello, city. Maybe I should call you back next week. Maybe half the fault is mine. The sun didn't shine on Barrington Street. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hungry, so let's eat. Whoa, 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 whoa. String lines in the firefights were just ticking in the sight. Hope tomorrow that I wake up in my own bed. Hello, city. Will you found an enemy in me? One. Really? Hello, city. Hello, city. What a good place to be. Don't believe it. It's happy hour again. Whoa, whoa. It's happy hour again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And bum, 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 bum. Found a lover and I found my glasses. I lost my lunch and I broke my glasses. What's this school? I'm already failing. This is me in grade 9, baby. This is me in grade 9. This is me in grade 9, baby. This is me in grade 9. Retina back at a Humax binder. I shot my pistol to look like a money miner. Guess I shouldn't tell him that I like to ran. This is me in grade 9. This is me in grade 9. Other friends are crazy and the others are depressed. None of them could help me study for my math test. I guess I should have studied instead of watching Wrath of Khan. This is me in grade 9. This is me in grade 9, baby. This is me in grade 9. They called me buckwheat. They called me Eddie. Now this is me in grade 9. This is me in grade 9, baby. This is me in grade 9. Pants. Went to the high school dance. Ah, man, I'm gonna miss the way to heaven. This is me in grade 9. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This is me in grade 9. Yeah, this is me in grade 9. This is me a grade 9, yeah, this is me a grade 9. If there's someone you can live without, we'll do so. If there's someone you can just shove out, we'll do so. You can be my Yoko Ono. You can follow me wherever I go. Be my Yoko Ono, whoa, whoa. Isn't it beautiful to see two people so much in love? Bare naked as two virgins hand in hand and hand in hand in gloves. Now that I'm far away, it doesn't seem to me to be such a pain. Then if you hang it off my ankle like some kind of ball and chain. If you like, you can be my Yoko Ono. You can follow me wherever I go. Be my Yoko Ono. Oh no, here we go. Our life is one big fun. Oh no, here we go, as UFO sings like. I never want to say this. Mike may be stepping on pins and needles. Oh, whoa! I don't know anything called. Again. Don't put on your key. I would kindly give up musical genius. Just to have you as my very own personal Venus. Do 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 do. You can be my Yoko Ono. You can follow me wherever I go. You know from the world. Oops. You must be my Yoko Ono. You must be my Yoko Ono. Whoa. Uh, I have salt. I have masking fluid. I think I'm going to go get something else that I've used before that I like. But let me start with this because it'll take a minute for this to dry. Wait. Whoops. What? Oops. Alright. That's got to dry for a minute. But while that's happening, I can go get something ready. I'm using all the tricks with this. Okay. And sit. After on the marker finger. Are you still doing it? Unfit. Off. Got it. First, it. Right. I am back. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, be with me tonight. I know that it isn't right. Do let's go. I write wood things up and still feel if I drop out. Does anyone give a damn? Now it's got the time to be out at the plane. You do things you can and leave from outside. It doesn't. Ah, lesson learned. My little water bottle was next to the cord for this. I knocked this to the floor. Must kill man, you're bound to meet. Don't feel after getting a bedside manner. He hardly even lives there anymore. I think that needs a little more time to dry. I'm already crying. Really? Oh, I haven't seen that kind of actor quite some time ago. Not getting a bedside manner. Oh, not anymore. No way. I don't think he lives there anymore. Back again. All right, let me turn this down. So what am I doing? So I taped over some areas that I want to have borders. Um, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't plan for the areas that were not going to be borders in between here. Don't worry, Gato, Mr. Roboto. Don't worry, Gato, Mr. Roboto. Dumma, 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 dumma. It's not the game. A bedside manner. Okay, I can fix that. I need tape. All right. So. Do, 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 do. And the thought that you would love me the way that you do. I never thought that you would love me half as much as I do. Well, here you go. Living a life without me, I don't know. You want it, got it. It's raging in my box, set up, up, up. That's too far to the left, but it's aligned with the text, so what did I do wrong? Instead, do like this. To the very last hit. And if you are a fan, then you know that you've already got a much worth of songs. In the currents will play, and I put 100,000 lines, but of course I forget. If I do this, there's going to be very little area painted. And then there's going to be a border on some sides of some of them, so they're not going to be uniform. Not like that. People want to be. And every time I try to do something new, all I want is 1973. Mm-hmm. Thinking. What's the release before you can tell why? Mm-hmm. No, fuck it. Fuck it, I say. Oh, well, that's bringing that up. Sometimes I should just leave well enough alone. That's all coming up. That's okay. Not all of it needs to be there. It'll be fine. And that's going to bring all of that up. Yeah. Whatever. We'll make do with what we got. I'm just going to have it be all over the place because I messed it up. But I've got more. I can do more in the future. It will be fine. Some are going to be weird. Some aren't going to be whatever. Let's just do it and get it done. And I like fish sticks. I love you. You don't believe me. I swear all I think about myself. Explain. Don't walk away. I love you. Love you. I love you. So what are we to do? Don't change to me. I'm to looking around. Something good. Too much. I want you to tell the world. I want to rush it, but I can't do that with salt on it. It's rolling as the turn. This is sorry I woke you, but I just had to talk. You know, last night. Remember when I tried to choke you? I didn't mean it. I was drunk. It was only a joke. You should know that by now. The checkered flag that comes down. No one, no one, no one has won the race. The next night he's over and over and under, and after he's finished, she lies there and wonders just why does she need him? And why does she stay here? And then in the darkness she'll quietly say, dear, you've never really known that when the white flag is flown, no one has won the war. They're complicated people leading complicated lives, and he complicates their problems, telling complicated lies. She tells him he's sorry. She tells him it's over. He tells her he's sorry. She says over and over, you've never really. And when the white flag is flown, no one, no, no, and unknown. There goes a bluebird. There goes a nitrogen. There goes a potion. There goes a raven. There goes a steeple. There goes a cop car, and there goes an eagle. There goes a raven, and there go the ribbons. There goes a raven, and there go the ribbons. There goes the ribbon, and there go the ribbons, the ribbons, the ribbons of the flag, of the flag, of the flag, of the flag. Won't the flag, won't the flag, won't the flag. Try your time, I think. Just like you. I try know that it's pulling in my later and kind of top. I'm not playing with the full that come up now, though. And let's find them from Being two patients, but I'm not come back. And this playing and if I'm feeling Okay. Dun 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 dun. I'm a walker. Okay. Talk to myself. She's like, hey, get off the phone. Into listening. In one forest of enslaved, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Comes some bobtails, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. How much fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. How much fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Oh, let's make a. Not pensing. Oh. Ha ha ha. Saying something like, dun 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 dun. Space are filled with Christmas cheer. At least it's only once a year. Perfect parcels, time at perfect bows, and carols are ringing in my ear. Bundled up against the cold, lined wherever the gifts are sold. Each shop a window displays a Christmas scene, never of the young and old. I suppose a new drops dance on the tree. For me, couples sitting on the lawn, making angels on the lawn. And we're shedding tan and fun. It was time. Carolers are at my door to love you the name more. It uh, then is done. I know. Better come. Since you two forgotten. Never cool one. Never plan a time. Time. Oh, yep. I don't know how I fit in. Whew. Man, that took longer than I expected. It's still drying. I'm not in love with it, but I do love a lot of elements of it. I do kind of wish I could do them the full business card size like I originally intended. So what I could do in the future, if I like how this comes out, is I can get the 8.5 by 11 version of the same paper, so I can print on that, but it'll fit business card size on it. And I'm also I have some thinner tape that's half the width on the way as well, so I can do like the pinstripey like in between sections a little better, and then I can orient to where I can put tape in it, still look good inside the bounds of it, so it'll make more sense and everything will have a proper border. But I'm sure this will end up working out enough to be cutesy, like enough to hand out initial, you know, initial versions. And finish drying it. Right. Let's peel this guy out and see what he's looking like under here. Yeah, I figured there was going to be a mess. Some of it was going to just come off. And some of it is still very much wet. So once I peel this, I'm probably going to dry it some more. Oh yeah, it's sopping wet. That additional soap and water for the bubbles really made the paper wet. that normally when I do the soap and water, I let it sit and dry that way. And I wasn't really able to this time. Yeah, this is going to be kind of ugly. Yep. So let's continue that drying process. Yes. Okay. There's definitely been lessons to be learned from this. They're they have their elements that are pretty about them, and I'm fine with that. But I'm not looking for perfection, but there are some areas that could stand to be tidied up and not quite so messy. it's definitely a work in progress. It's something that I can work on. I can improve upon the process and find a way to make it work a little bit better. I like the tape over the name and then removing it partway through. So I may play with that and figure out a way to do it that's a little cleaner. I think if I were to do the bubbles method again, I would properly do the bubbles right and not use it as wet. Because when I poured the bubbles onto it, the bubbles were very, very wet. And so it just saturated the paper way too much, which is my bad. I should have done smaller bubbles, fewer of them, and a couple puddles on the top of the paper and not over the edges. And then gotten some plastic wrap and put it over the top and then just said, tuning out for the night. We're going to let it dry overnight and come back and check on it the next time. But I got hasty and I used the hair dryer or the heat gun and started drying it early. And it just kind of had lots of problems. Still, though, it's pretty. I see some of them looking kind of cool. That's I think it's pretty mostly wet or mostly dry. I mean, I can cut them and then put them on something to help flatten them. Let's see what that looks like. I only cut this window side. So, sticks down right after Mr. Ricardo. Okay. I was not seeing or feeling it until cutting them. I'm still not like 110%. Oh, yeah. But I like them better individualized. Yeah, that's better. Okay, goddess, I get it. Those are stunning. I said they're stunning. Thank you. Thank you for being a cheerleader. I appreciate it. And odd sizes stand out more than business cards and don't get relegated to business card stacks, never to be seen again. Oh, that makes sense. If they're big and weird and different shapes and all that, they'll stick out from the stack. I get it. They're cute. I like the idea of having these and having, you know what I mean? Like having varying degrees of quality over time as I make more, and I keep some of these and I make new ones that I am more happy with, and I make other ones that I might not be happy with, and then other ones that'll be like, oh my God, I should sell them. And then just having them all in a stack, and you can just pick any one you want from the stack and make it be your own little art piece business card. And really, when they were their own individual pieces, I'm sorry, when they were in cards, I thought they were kind of garbage. But now I'm way happier seeing some of these like individually. They're some of it's hard to tell, but they're Some of them are pretty cool. This one came out kind of neat. And it's like all the information is there, but you got to work for it a little bit. This has all the information, so this is the clean side. But having a side that's got some random art on it is pretty neat. That's pretty cool. Am I on Blue Sky or TikTok? No and no. Personal account on Blue Sky and TikTok. I don't look at TikTok. In fact, I think I just uninstalled it the other day because I was getting tired of all the spammy garbage on it. But Blue Sky for sure. I need to make a account for here, not just a personal one. I've got X from the formerly known as Twitter. I have Threads because it's a part of Instagram. I have Instagram. I have YouTube, Twitch, obviously. And I think that's effectively all the social medias. So yeah, eventually I should be. I started out posting on the socials when I was going live, for example, but that started becoming really tedious, and it didn't bring anybody in yet. In the future, maybe to begin with, when nobody knows that I exist, that seems kind of silly. I will eventually. I found that there's tools you can get that will auto post on those for you based off of your like one post that will just go to all of them and link back to you. So that's something I might end up doing just to make, going live notifications go out there and all that. Yeah, is this dry? It's been sitting long enough. It probably is. Mostly, I'll still let this sit and dry overnight just to make sure. I think that's it. I can see my other half working on food and I can smell it. So I think I should go ahead and be wrapping up and head out. Because food. Socials are really kind of bust anymore. They're not what they used to be. Yeah. I mean, the idea of them has been good, but I don't know, it's like trying to shovel yourself out of a pile and get noticed at the bottom of the pile, under all the dirt. And it's just kind of exhausting to even consider. It's the kind of thing that I think I'll come back to once there's like a significant need. Yeah, oversaturated. Exactly. Someday I'll go back to it and I'll play around. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna head out. I will be back on Thursday, the God of Lightning Thursday, 4:00 as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Next week, I plan to still stream as normal, but I took time off from work for that entire week. So I've got like 9 days off in a row. Huzzah. I always try to take like a week-ish vacation in the middle of the year before our peak season starts, when I'm more needed and people will call me even when I am off. This time people will not call me because I won't be answering. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, both Goddess and Desert. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's do the shout outs that we should be doing. Let me scooch over here. That was a mistake. There we go. At least get the big ones out there. They're clearly tired because all I did was just at them instead of doing the sub thing. But thank you guys so very much. I hope Doggo is doing okay. Yeah, I see. Okay, is meh, but existing. Oh. I hope Doggo gets plenty of rest, plenty of fluids, plenty of happiness and joy. and just is able to heal up and feel energized tomorrow. All right, that is it. I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. I will see you all later. Bear out. Bye.